Here you see the program's main home page, and along the bottom are the navigation icons. The one on the right end, this one right here, the green check mark, is the testing center. If you open it, it will give you access to all of the tests and quizzes that are in the program. This video is about the Math 60 Real Question Test, so click the Math link, that's this one here, and the first item in the left-hand navigation is called the Official Math Exam. That's this one right here. Like the name indicates, this is a recently released official math exam that will test every aspect of math. From this page, you can see that there are two options, one called Automated and one called Manual. The Automated option allows you to simply take the exam, and you would click on Begin Test if you wanted to do that. The Manual option allows you to go to the Questions Diagnostics page, and there you will be able to select from all of the questions in any order that you want without any concern for how long it takes to answer the questions. This video deals with this automated option. If you want more information about the manual approach, there's another video on that. But before you select Begin Test, you need to decide if you want to take the exam as a truly timed, simulated exam, or whether you just want to take it without regard to how long it takes to finish the exam. If you want to take it as a true simulated exam, then set your phone for 60 minutes before you begin. Also, if you want the system to grade your exam and give you a detailed report, you will need to finish the exam in one sitting. If you stop partway through and abandon the test, it will not automatically grade your exam, and it will not give you the after-test reports and diagnostics. So open the exam by clicking Begin Test. You can see that each question has a question stem, a call of the question, that's the part that is right before the question mark telling you what it's actually asking, answer choices, A, B, C, D, and E, and also answer buttons, A, B, C, D, and E. This is how you actually select your answer, is using these buttons. Also, about half of the questions have a video review. This video review will help you understand the concepts that are being tested in that question. But if you're taking it as a simulated exam, you won't want to use the video review because you don't have that option on a real exam. If you're just taking the questions to see how you do and to diagnose where you're strong and weak, then go ahead and use the video review if you need it. Now just begin answering the questions and selecting your answer choices. Also note that as you answer, you do have the option right here with this arrow to retreat and go back to a prior question. But if you do so, keep in mind that you'll have to re-answer the questions that came before. So if you were on question 4 and you wanted to retreat back to question 1, you would have to re-answer question 1, re-answer question 2, re-answer question 3, and then come back to question 4. In other words, it doesn't save your answers if you retreat. So my advice is don't go backwards more than a question or two, or keep track of your answers manually if you think you're going to be going backwards. After you answer the last question, that's question number 60, the system will automatically grade your results and give you a couple of very detailed reports. There are a couple of places in the exam where multiple questions apply to the same background information, and this is an example of one of those. So you'll want to open the background information if that's available, and that's where a lot of the detail that's needed to answer the question resides. So you answer the question, and you can see 34 pertains to that same background information, and there it is. So if there is background information that's needed, there'll be a link to open that up. Okay, so I'm at question 60, and I've just gone through and randomly selected answers. I haven't actually taken the exam. So when I click on this last answer choice, the system will grade my responses, and I got a whopping 17%, which was 10 out of 60. There's a link here to a student detailed exam report, and you can open that up. There's also an exam questions detailed report. I'll show that to you. And then here is the list of all the questions, what the correct answer was, and what your answer was. So I already know from this that I got 10 out of 60, and the ones that are marked red are the ones I got wrong. The ones that are marked in green are the ones that I got correct. So you can go through and use this report, and if you want to look at the ones that you missed, you can click on the question number and it will open up that question, and now you have a video answer and text answer. So before, when you were taking the question, all that gave you was a video review, and the review didn't specifically answer the question. Now, from this report, you can get detailed answer for that question, and there's a video that goes with it. Everyone has a video, and some have more than one video, and they all have text. You can go down, and when you get to the bottom of it, there'll be a red hand telling you that's the end of it. Many of the questions have multiple, especially as they go along, they'll have multiple pages. So let's take a look at 39. So 39, this is one of the ones that had background information with it, so you can open up the background information. It has a video review, and it has video answer and the text answer. And if you scroll down, this just has one page of text answer. Let's look at, I don't know, usually as they go on they get harder. So question 56 has a video answer, and when there's multiple pages to the text answer, you'll see the little right arrow. So this one, you see the question and then the answer, and then the more means that you just click the arrow there and it'll go to the next page. And if there's more, click the arrow again. Now the arrow has gone away, so you know this is the very last page of the text answer. And like I said, you have the video answer too. So you can use this to review all of the questions, and you have what your answer was and what the correct answer is. If you want a very detailed report, click this link right here, and this will give you, again, the total number of questions, the date you took it, your overall score, and it will tell you how many you got right out of each area. So the subject area totals: elementary algebra, 26%, intermediate algebra and coordinate geometry, and then plane and geometry and trigonometry. And then within each of these categories, so within the elementary algebra, it will tell you what questions there were, which ones you answered correctly, and which ones you missed. This will help you because if you need work on this area, now you have a breakdown of all of the questions that apply to that, and you could go through and specifically say, I need work on elementary algebra, and you have a list of all the questions that are elementary algebra questions and the ones that you missed. The same with the intermediate algebra, follows the same breakdown, the plane geometry, and then it gives you a breakdown by subscore of skills tested. There's 18 different subsets: probability, percentage, statistics, how many you got right out of the total number of those questions, what those questions were, which ones you got right, which ones you missed, mean, median, mode, range, same thing, fractions, ratios, decimals, functions, graphing, geometric sequence, vertical, supplemental angles. There's 18 different subcategories, and it goes through and tells you what you got right, what you missed. And you can print this report out also. If you want an interactive report, the exam questions detail report will work very well. This gives you a very useful look at the question number, what it was about, what your answer was, or what the correct answer was, what your answer was. Click on this, it'll give you the video explanation. It'll give you the detailed explanation, not just video. So here's question 1, the video review, the video answer, and the text answer. Here are some questions that are similar. So if this is one that you missed and you wanted to work on additional questions that could that are related to that same content, it gives you links to those. And then it also gives you a link to the virtual classroom and that content, more teaching on that content. So this is average and sum, this is fractions, etc., and you just go down. So there's a lot of detail, a lot of information in this report. So now let's say you've taken the exam, and at that right after it was graded, you got your reports, you looked at them, you printed out the ones you wanted, and later on the next day or a week later or whatever, you come back to the testing center. That's the green check mark. You click on the official math exam. You come back to this launching page right here. There's now a link called prior exam results. If you click on that, it will open up a page like this that shows the date and time that of any test that you've taken. And if you open that, it'll give you the results of that exam once again. So it tells you the date, time, it tells you what your score was, and then this is the student detailed report that I showed you before. So you can see that same report again. This is the exam questions detailed report, and you can use this very helpful report, interactive. Also, if you know what questions you want to review, this is the explanation to actually this right here, your answers. If you click on that, it'll show you what your answers were. And you say, oh yeah, I reviewed all the way up through question 31, but I want to start now with question 33. I got that one wrong. So you could open up and then move forward through the questions this way too, and go to question 33. Or my preferred way of doing it is to open up this report, and then you could just scroll down to question 32. Here's the explanation, the correct answer, your answer, other questions that are similar to that. And let's see, this one I missed, so I'm going to open that up, and I can look at, here's the background information that goes with it, the video answer, the text answer, and I think that's a little bit easier to do. So you can get at the reports immediately after you take the exam, or you can come back at any point and go to the prior exam results and get at that same information from here. Okay, good luck.